Why DEI rollbacks are hurting your mental health, a psychodynamic breakdown. Part 2. Let's continue. When DEI starts threatening the status quo, actual power redistribution, the system panics. It's easier to fire a diversity officer or cut a program than to confront why marginalized folks were excluded in the first place. Here's where it gets personal. When institutions commodify your identity, your blackness, queerness, disability, or womanhood, they're not celebrating you. They're using you as a symbol. It's like being put on a pedestal. But the pedestal is made of cardboard. You're paraded in marketing campaigns or trotted out at conferences, but when the photo ops end, you're left wondering, was I ever more than a checkbox? Psychodynamically, this creates identity alienation, a disconnect from your own sense of self, because your worth is tied to how useful you are to the system. Let's name the mental health toll. When your identity is commodified, it's exhausting. You're performing a version of yourself that makes others comfortable. Over time, this leads to emotional depletion, like you're pouring from an empty cup. It breeds cynicism, too. You start thinking, why bother fighting for change if it's all performative? And worst of all, it can make you internalize the idea that your value is conditional. That's not just burnout, it's a crisis of self. But here's the good news. Understanding this cycle is how you can empower yourself. When you recognize commodification, you can reclaim your power. Instead of begging institutions to see you, invest in communities that actually value you. Advocate for structures that redistribute power, not just visibility. And most importantly, protect your mental health by setting boundaries, because you're not a mascot for someone else's progress. You're a whole human, and your identity is yours to define. So, if you're feeling drained by this DEI rollback, know this: it's not your fault. Systems resist change, but that doesn't mean you stop progressing. Be agile. Redirect your energy from performative allies to transformative action. And remember, your identity isn't a commodity. It's your power. Thanks for watching. If this resonates, drop a like in the comments, and let's keep this conversation going.